Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Morgan F and you're watching Morgan Eats, where I talk all about what I'm eating on a plant-based diet. So if you've ever been in a situation where you've been invited out, or maybe someone's having a birthday party and the restaurant doesn't have any plant-based or vegan options, what the heck do you do? Well, stay tuned, my friends. We're going to talk all about that. All right, let's get into these 5 tips that's going to help you order at any restaurant, no matter if it is vegan or not. Lego. I have my notes, so I'm going to look down. Tip number 1, always look at the menu before you're heading to the restaurant. Now, here are a few things that you'll want to be paying attention to while you're looking at the menu. So number 1, you're going to want, or firstly, you're going to want to look for letters. Gluten-free, GF, VG, which is going to stand for vegetarian, and V, which is going to stand for vegan. So you'll know what you need based on those letters. And a lot more restaurants are putting those letters in their menu so that it helps wonderful, awesome folks like us know, okay, yes, this is good for me, or no, this is not good for me, or okay, it's vegetarian. What can I do to modify it just a little bit so that it can meet my ethical and or dietary needs? Perfect. So another thing that you're going to want to be mindful of while you're reviewing the menu, and this will fall into our step 2 if you just don't quite understand. Read the words of how they're describing the food. Are they saying creamy? So that might automatically mean there's going to be some sort of dairy. Obviously, they're using, not obvious, let me not assume, I want to assume, But if they're using the word buttery, then that's going to mean that there's some type of butter in the situation. Okay, so that's tip number 1. You're going to review your menu. Then by that time, you may have pulled a few options that you kind of taste and, kind of feeling that could be tasty to you on your visit to that restaurant. But I always recommend tip number 2 as well, which is to call ahead. And the reason I think it's good to call ahead is because if you don't quite understand exactly how certain things are made, then the person that's on the other side of the phone should be able to help you best understand. But there is a caveat. Now, this is, I'll tell you a little secret, leaning a little closer. Okay, you there? All right, we good, we close, we friends, right?
Sometimes you gotta tell a little white lie. Okay?
Sometimes you got to tell a little white lie. You might not want to say, I'm plant-based, I'm vegan. You might just want to say you are allergic to dairy, meat, and like any animal product. You're allergic, period. You don't want it. You're allergic, right? So that puts into that person's mind, oh snap, we don't want to jack up because they're allergic and we don't know what's going to happen, Because people are allergic to stuff like that. People are allergic to nuts, my gosh, Which I feel bad for people that are allergic to peanuts because I love peanuts. I know someone that's allergic to strawberries. That's terrible. Oranges? Oh my gosh. My heart. So, I say that little grain of salt, little white lie, just so that you are being able to live up to your ethical goals or your dietary restrictions, okay? So a little white lie in this certain scenario, I think will be okay. So you've called the restaurant. They've given you the 411, so you're kind of like, okay, boom, 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 boom. I kind of know what I want to eat. All right, wonderful. Here's tip number 3. I got to look down. If for some reason when you've called, right, and there's really no options that can be whatever modified, sometimes you have to order off the side. And the person on the other side of the phone that you're talking to may be able to help you kind of see that or be able to guide you, oh, we have these sides. Like this has happened to me when I went to a steakhouse. There was like no other option. I had to order off the sides. And I'll show you that in a moment. But I called, then they guided me to the sides. So when they were telling me about the sides, they were telling me what was in each of the sides. Was it made with oil? Was it made with butter? Can I get it with oil? You just let me know. Da, da, da. So when you're ordering off the sides, I know that doesn't sound very appetizing or really amazing because you might be thinking it's fries or a side salad, you know. But if you're putting it on a plate, then it can be delicious. Like, ask them just to put it on one plate for you so it feels like a meal, is what I'm saying. That's a good tip, I think. Okay, rounding out our last 2 tips. You ready? You there? Let's go. Number 4, when you're at the restaurant, be friendly, be kind to your wait staff. I had recently went to the melting pot, and we said before we got there, like, hey, like when we did the reservation, hey, we're vegan, we're going to order off the vegan menu. So the gal already knew. She came down, she was like, oh, they gave you the wrong menu. So she gave us the vegan menu, and then she kind of got confused when she brought down the fondue. Not the cheese. The cheese was right, but the plate itself had like meat on it. We're like, oh, you guys have vegan, little meat or something like that. Wow, that's cool. She's like, oh no. And then she grabs everything, picks it up, and she ends up giving us a little discount on the meal for her mistake, which was awesome. I'm not saying that's going to have it every time, but I feel like you get a lot further with kindness. So always lead with kindness. All right, last tip. You ready? Let's go. Think about the type of cuisine that you're ordering. I'm going to look down at my notes because there is a lot. So, for example, and maybe this should have been number 1. Who knows? There's no order. It's all good. If you're ordering from an American restaurant, there's usually going to be an Impossible Burger that you can order from. That's usually a given. If you're ordering Italian, think a red pasta sauce. If you're ordering Thai food, and watch the cheese on the Italian stuff too. Really watch the cheese on the American too. If you're ordering from a Thai spot, they should have a lot of options, as well as if you're ordering from a Chinese place. Just be mindful of egg and any type of fish oil that may be in the sauces or whatnot. So you've already communicated with your wait staff about this, so you're covered in that case. If you're ordering Mediterranean, you may have options as well. Think of things like falafel and hummus that'll be perfect for your dietary and or ethical needs. And lastly, Mexican. I'm sure there's more cuisines, but these are the ones that popped in my mind. Because I feel like Indian's very friendly to veganism. So that might be an option as well. I just don't frequent Indian food as much as I'd like to. Mexican. Gotta be mindful of the cheese, like most of these. But also, you think about the lard that might be in it. So I'm thinking beans and rice might be good, guac or salsa. Now, usually soul food, I want to toss this in. Usually soul food is, if it's soul food that's going to meet your needs, it's going to be vegan soul food, right? So that's tricky. So you're really going to have to just kind of order from the sides. And speaking of the sides, check out this little clip that I'm going to put right here of me ordering at a steakhouse. So, ordered a salad with the balsamic vinaigrette, which was delightful. You see the radishes and the nuts and such. That slapped. And you can see that I put everything on one plate. Mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, potato, a baked potato. And then I just put olive oil on the baked potato instead of butter because obviously they didn't have any vegan options. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what tips do you use when you go to a non-vegan restaurant? How do you order? Let me know in the comments. Let's get a little chat going. All right, guys. Until next time, see you in the next video.